Hey guys, good morning, buenos dias. I'm sure some of you are watching this in the morning. If not, well, sucks to suck. But I'm here today with my African fat-tailed gecko. I never actually named her, but here she is. I've had her for 4 years. I bought her as a near hatchling in 2019. July 2019, so almost 4 years ago now. First of all, I'm re-recording this because I just shot another video and she was freaking out of the camera, so that kind of sucks. But that's okay, because I'll just make this one better. I wanted to record this video because I'm actually rehoming her very shortly. Kind of like how I made another video like this with my Ackies. Or I should say, there's only one Ackie in that video, but still, I was super sentimental because like I was rehoming my Ackies. That kind of sucked, but I eventually realized that it was 110% the right decision for me and them. Uh-oh, she's on the move, hold on. Okay. Now I'm doing the same thing with her. Thankfully, I'm not making a giant-ass drive. I'm just driving her like maybe half an hour to meet someone. And she's going to a really good home, a mom with a kid. I'm assuming it's a full family, but anyway, either way, kids are good because that means that she's gonna get a lot more interaction, and that's great. So I've made a few videos now on my whole process of like rehoming my animals, and literally the first video that I made where I said I'm gonna sell everything was literally months ago. And it's honestly one of the better performing videos that I made. But yeah, it's been a real process because I've been kind of fighting it and coping, and then weeks will go by before I take any kind of definitive action towards it. But I didn't have a whole lot going on last night, so I reposted her onto one of the Facebook groups, and now I have a buyer, both for her and my, I didn't expect this, but my dubia colony that I've had just kind of sitting around for a while has been sold too, which is cool. I may include some footage of that, but they're just friggin' roaches, so it's like, it's nothing crazy. But anyway, point is, getting out of reptiles, even though I'm not entirely getting out of reptiles, like I have a couple snakes that I know I'm committed to keeping, and then, I don't know, my plan with ball pythons might just, I might keep them going as like a literal side hustle where it's kind of hands off and they're breeding once a year or something. As long as I'm like based in the US, I might try to do that, but that's that. I'm trying to downsize the amount of actual pets that I have, and at this point, the pets that I've had the longest are actually snakes. Like I still have the first ball python that I ever bought as a kid. He's still alive, he's still chilling, his name's Stretch. I'm gonna bring him to this apartment because he deserves that. He's my first snake. The majority of lizards are now out the window. They're being rehomed, including her, because she's just a pet, which is nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like I do enjoy having her as a pet. She's freaking awesome. I love African fattails way more than leopard geckos, to be honest. And it's funny because like one might ask, Paul, like you're making self-improvement videos. You had made a video on like Mexico 2 weeks ago. Like why are you gonna screw up the algorithm by making another reptile video when you're eventually gonna not have any reptiles to make content about? Well, I don't know what to tell you, sucks to suck. The YouTube algorithm can eat my ass. Honestly, I'm just kind of doing this as a hobby at this point, but that's alright. And I wanted to make this video, again, for A, to document this, and B, because I know that coming to terms with rehoming reptiles is definitely a challenge, and at the end of the day, you gotta think in the bigger picture with your animals and your own life too. It feels like I've made so many videos on like rehoming my reptiles because it's been such a struggle for me to come to accept the fact that I'll always love reptiles, but I'm just not into the hobby as much as I used to be. Like my literal lifelong goal was to become a reptile breeder and just do that on the side while I work my main job. But that doesn't excite me like it used to. And part of it could be because of the way that I've approached this dream, is because I've always just kind of experimented with different animals, and I've always justified upscaling the animals that I buy by being like, oh, okay, I'll just breed them later and they'll make the money back. But I never made any definitive moves to do that, with the exception of ball pythons, because I was able to successfully breed them. But with everything else, it never really got to that point. On top of that, I realized I don't really want to do it. I don't know if I want to get to a point where I'm breeding reptiles full time, because to me, I want to live a life where I can live wherever I want and go wherever I want. And objectively, having a bunch of reptiles kind of ties you to one spot. And even though working with these animals is super rewarding and I'll always love it, like if I ever get to a point in life where like I know I'm going to remain in one spot for years at a time. I'll honestly probably get back into it and I'll make more progress because I'll know how to approach things. But now at this point, you know, I'm 25, I'm trying to move either abroad or across the country and like within the next couple years. And I don't think I can bring her to Mexico City or Spain or something, you know? So I gotta just rip the band-aid off and start making moves. So that's why I'm rehoming her. If you can relate to this in any capacity in terms of like rehoming animals. Like I've said in other videos, you have had the thought, so your mind's already going in the right direction. You just kind of have to send it and commit. Finding a right home for your animals is another story in general because it's honestly a skill set at this point. If you want me to make another video on that, just for some tips and tricks that I've used with navigating both like Craigslist and freaking the Facebook groups and stuff, let me know. I mean, it is a struggle, and you know, everything is sales at the end of the day. So, all right guys, take care. Wish her well. She needs it. No, she doesn't need it, but just wish her well anyways because she's freaking adorable. I don't know how good of a view you see of her, but yeah. Bye.